What's going on, everybody? This is how I made $16,335 day trading NASDAQ today. And as you can see, I'm logged in on my AMP Live account, right? This is personal funds. Here's my P&L for $16,335. AMP Live. This is not prop. This is personal funds. I've never traded a prop account before. So let's go ahead and let's dive into the recap, right? We've been seeing some crazy volatility lately in the markets with Trump speaking, on the tariff news, all those things. And so I caught a short today on NQ. And as you can see, it was a 3R trade, right, on the 1 minute time frame. And so I'm going to walk you through and show you how I got my bias for the day, what I used to enter the trade, how I managed the position. And it's funny, I didn't have to do much managing at all. This trade literally netted me $16,335 from 10:15 all the way down to 10:20. So in 5 minutes, I made 16 grand. And so that's the power of trading. That's the power of having a repeatable system. And so I'm going to walk you through and show you how I got my bias and how I got this trade this morning. So let's dive in, right? So the first thing I always do is I start my morning off with the daily, the 4-hour, and the 1-hour chart. And this allows me to have a top-down approach and to really get a good read on price when I first sit down on the charts in the morning. And so the first thing I saw was we had this range, right? We were trading inside this range. So I marked out this high and this low of the previous day, as you can see here. And that allowed me to really see, okay, we're in a consolidation. I don't have much expectations for the market until we take out one of these levels, right? And you can see it's actually 1 o'clock here. So the market's still open, but we have yet to take out either of these sides of the market, right? And manipulate either side of the range. And so that led me to be extra cautious. And I said, okay, if I'm going to take a trade before we manipulate either of these sides of the range, it's going to be some sort of a scalp, right? Because what I wanted to see was some kind of move like this to the upside to attack these equal highs and eventually previous week's high, right? But we didn't get that. We just started expanding higher into the morning. And we actually tagged this high right here. So let me go ahead and mark that out. So now that we've tagged that high, and this is what I usually sit on when I'm watching price, right? I'm not sitting here watching a 1 minute chart and trying to find setups. I'm staring at the higher time frames and waiting for key levels to be hit that I'm interested in before I narrow in on the lower time frames, okay? So once we hit that level on the 1 hour, right around 9:30 equities open, I said, great. I love that, right? Let me mark this and make it all intervals. There we go. So we hit that level, right? We saw expansion to the upside right at 8:30 and continued into 9:30. Hit that level, and I said, awesome. I like this 30-minute close here. And I wanted to see, okay, now that I'm on a 15-minute chart and we've taken out these equal highs right here, and also this low resistance liquidity right here, right? These lower highs. We took those out. Now, since I'm bullish, right? We're in bullish order flow on the day. I wanted to see price come down here and manipulate at least these lows, right? And so that way we would take out these equal lows, take out this external low, and then I'd be able to see price now expand in the opposite direction, like we said before. So I was looking for shorts, right, into these levels down here. So that was my bias, my short-term bias, and my long-term bias was obviously to the upside, right? But I wanted to see some sort of manipulation below lows to grab liquidity, knock people out of the market before heading higher. And so what I saw was on a 5 minute, right? If we drop down to a 5 minute, you can see we have some consolidation, right, in this range. Let me make it bigger. And we're up above the daily opening price right here. So we have consolidation, and then we actually take out this high right here. So we're hitting a 1 hour level. Let me make this a 1 hour. So we're hitting a 1 hour level right here that I've marked. So that's our higher time frame key level. But then also we have some kind of manipulation above this high right here. And that led me to go in on a 1 minute chart. And I was like, okay, great. I like that we have some kind of manipulation. Not only are we hitting a key level here, but we also have a manipulation above a swing high here. So I said, great, I'm going to go on a 1 minute now. Like I said, I'm looking for a scalp. And I'm going to look for my setup, right? I'm going to start looking for signs to get short. And so what I saw was price came above this swing high right here, and we quickly came back inside the range, right? So we manipulate and return back inside the range. And right when price closed below the opening price of this series of up close candles here, I said, awesome, that is a change in the state of delivery. That is a bearish change in the state of delivery. And so what that means is price has now gone from seeking buy side, which it hit at this key level here on the 1 hour, and it's now hunting sell side, okay? So when we close below this opening price, that is a change in state of delivery, and the market has now shifted from seeking buy side to now seeking sell side, right? Or stops or liquidity resting below old lows. And so when we closed below, I said, awesome, I had my limits ready. I said, if we come up and hit the opening price of this series of up close candles, I'm gonna get short with my limit. And that's exactly what I did. So boom, we hit that opening price right there at 90.25. I got filled. And then I said, awesome, my stop's going here, above the swing high right here. And I'm shooting for a fixed 3R, right? A fixed 3R. And you can see here, I literally bottom ticked almost bottom ticked a few ticks away this move. And we've been seeing some crazy volatility. And so this trade only lasted me 5 minutes, but I sized properly on it. I saw the setup form. And not only do we get that change in the state of delivery right here with this designated by this blue line here, let me move some of this out of the way. But we also have a imbalance that was disrespected here as well. So we have a bullish imbalance or a BISI, right? Buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, tongue twister. And we have a SIBI, right? Come on. We have a SIBI, I'll make that red. And that is like our bearish fair value gap, if you want to call it that in simple terms. So we manipulated this high right here. We have a bullish imbalance being disrespected. And we also have created a bearish imbalance as well. And those kind of overlap along with the change in the state of delivery right here. So when all those things aligned, right? High time from key level being hit on the 1 hour. We have a swing high being manipulated, and we have a bearish change in state of delivery with imbalances being disrespected. All those things are aligning in my favor now, giving me more and more confidence to get short. And so I was just stacking up the confluences. And when I saw we closed below, that's my entry. Put my limit right here, selling short, 5 contracts, stop above the swing high, above the series of candles, and I'm shooting for my fixed 3R multiple. And you can say I got lucky. You can say, oh, you bottom ticked it. It was luck. Hey, I'm just following my system, right? My fixed R multiple system that'll allow me. I'm not trying to get fancy, right? I'm not trying to call a top or a bottom. I'm just trying to get the bulk of the move. And it just so happened the bulk of the move allowed me to almost bottom tick it, right? So we're not doing anything fancy here. We're not trying to guess, right? We're just stacking all these confluences in our favor. That way, that gives me conviction to put on some size and trade, right? So if you're looking for more help and you want to work one-on-one with me and get some real results in your trading, I've opened up a few spots to work one-on-one with me where I walk you through my mechanical trading model. The link is actually in the description. So if you click the link, it'll take you to this page. Watch the video, and then you can click here to apply and see the full details, okay? So that is my trade for the day. This is how I made $16,335 day trading NASDAQ in 5 minutes. And I'm not special, guys, okay? I'm not special. You can do this too. 5 years ago, I didn't know anything about trading, right? I didn't even know what R multiple was. I definitely didn't know anything about smart money concepts or ICT concepts or fair value gaps, right? And I was literally a dental school dropout, right? I was trying to become a dentist, didn't get in. I lived at home with my parents for 9 months and just started locking in on trading. And I've really found and turned this hobby into a passion of mine. So if you want to work one-on-one with me, click the link in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video.